Yo, I was young Bobby about chat with say Nana G. Mujidi ye pass Yankopon Dum, Ubia Hoye. Minim say Mafia and so. Men so Mafia, my bidder for in fact, ya film ye pa. We have really missed you guys. And we are privileged tonight to once again come your way with chat with say Yankopon Dum and Aji. Why don't na yensaka nyutuni kesiye nyanko pongo sra e wone so na ordinal year adwuma awiye mrei minim se mumu bi atenenka mumu bi ehono mumu bi empo ene no enya nkita ho ena mumu bi nso enya kwenya ene no edi nkomo eyama ho aye manige pi se anadwe Yensaka Yvonne Asamoah-Tawiah. Your friend of Minister Yvonne, and I yat. Minister Yvonne, memoir by any
Oh, yeah, you don't me say, sir, at the Achinye, at the Asanye, na you go so Tim Kum, Master Dangutonia de Manu. Thank you very much for having me, and to everyone on the platform, a very good evening to you.
Okay. I'm privileged once again to have you tonight.
Humbled.
So to start with, how has the music ministry journey been?
Once again, Midase, thank you very much. Of course, so Mikasa, it's been a sail through and it's been easy. I'll be deceiving you and the listeners. But it is not expected to be easy as well. Adibia we are easy no amount. There's a problem. To me, that's how I define it. If it's success is not an easy road. It's for determined and brave souls. Anyame efa omoso edisheni wenunyam. Enti uni sa brackets we mo you don't qualify. So me cast brave souls are oma akono eye dinya omugusu jena ho. Oma omo dafem na ye titi omo so na ye nipa ye omo tochune no and still omujina painting no. These are the brave souls I'm talking about. So when to me entina sa okona no you don't qualify, and it hasn't been easy, but I will be shocked if it was easy, but it's been worth it.
Wow. So if we should say Minister Yvonne, what can we say about you? Who is Minister Yvonne? If someone is listening to us for the first time and the person has not had any encounter or has not even heard your voice or seen you anywhere, what can you say about yourself, please?
And see, in all humbleness, Minister Yvonne, a young lady, wa availing to the call to Christ to do the kingdom work, carry the mandate. Every year, the only way she knows how to do it well is through rhythm and music. Ugusu edi enyom ahofro ani ahofro eba abonten nyankasa mi ye Ghana ni mapa meti UK na meti Ghana meti Ghana more. Yeah, I have Nyamiadum Weshrame with me small family. I have 2 boys and the husband also work with the British Armed Forces. I have 2 main jobs: British Armed Forces, first of all as a soldier, HR specialist, and of course a full-time gospel musician. In simplicity, this is who I am.
Wow. we thank God for your life. So most of the times, when we are talking to the musicians, we ask them how the journey began. On your own part, how did this ministry or music ministry journey began? When did it start?
Medase. In fact, I started in I work under Presby. As software work under, that is where it all began. Please let me know if you want me to do more Tree or more English. I don't know if you want me to mix it to that one. Okay, all right. And see, Hona Eshasi, and I mean, mammy company for the Asafon Nimono. Na nearby, and say, "Na almost sorry." Answer na you be free kanda Presby and Kasana. Na me wakwa anu modeda unim YPG and it's Nina Makuni
Wow.
My year confirmation now we're about 79 episodes. You know, it's sorry to say what's a almost expanded quarters into almost beti bi usu akwa jane hono na me mame any one or two be pay any demo chese we be ye bibia we ocean we worship just ye bibia even at that young age. Wow. Na it do time I make secondary school no and I me did music side no it DJ after secondary school too kwan wo fa ha it's na was me di nyina DJ nemo no me settle ya me share bema or worry me no you could pie o ICGC asafomu me ankasa me call Central University but then no man call ma sorry. But me kopie o ICGC asafomu na eho London no na eho so na omo ye church planting nti na se wo hwa me ma me adwuma na wo ye na no motete asafo Ghana no na me nso no abedu me so ameso ye den you see it's not ye yimi kunu enemy ti yakoboa the Wembley branch obi beka say na hyase ne ho ya juma papa ministry so when what services I don't get closer to ministry because that is what it is. You need to taste of it and know say you can serve. In fact, every part of ministry is service and no mutomu is service. What a home brasia is service for you to be diligent to the core. You must be serviceable, be service to people, and that is what I tell people. The puppets in the they say you too much. No. Bro, what's an assume? Then no need of friend a papa no a freono. Into your cotton a Wembley asafo. Na and once on your name yana misano. Na femia me announcement. Messiah worship me and I'm saying, hey, papa, it's when you know me. But the main thing was the music side, and now Sandia Mami. Never nothing. Me organize programs. Not just sensory programs. Some me organize nothing. A fufra, a sophony be bani home. Hey, be minister me ha. Be minister nini na me nyasuti. Mepa be minister boshabo ni pepe. So me ya kwete ne fie. Me find it to say a calling. Eko pem semi papa free mo.
Wow.
Na me papa free mo no na me mama ye na de so ohia a change of environment nti obeba nti o see papa ni wie ye pe oso obeba. In fact media so rest in peace na ma to me mama ticket KLM on this oba on Tuesday. Monday anapa na me auntie e free me free France o se mama o mama e free mo hey e that some na mo catch me. And I mean, so not me parents, they were my mentors. They were everything to me. Not me ninam for. And you know, me mama I know ye me baby. And yeah, what women said, let me get. You know, I said, you know, they were my mentors. But then no, me see, no, but as if that is not enough. Me see me, mommy, we are my work like 24 hours.
Yay.
Me banner so free.
Who?
And one now was a hospital when me come in name, me give me name good film. I requested semi pamucha mum me private room. Now I was semi kubuku to now me catch us of friend. My hands are up. I will go to the world and propagate the work. Me kwa question with you mano. Nya me here say me be doctors if what I catch me say I should prepare for any news. UK I catch us prepare for any news out. Bu na kofi na e wuni e be catch because ends just say omo be ya or they can to save a life. But see I can send some lecture one na unim ne ba na me nim nya say na me ba na tia me the call hospital. It said 12 midnight and I'm free for help. Obi ya ba ya no almost say nya me ba no. 2 a.m. 2 hours to Mujami Hokoi. 5 a.m. me ba na me ntimi hye na tade me de ntoma na kyekere no.
Wow.
Me nya na me kum so uti me da me de me ko mo se hwenya me ba no me de me tene ne se hwe wo ba no. Me ko de kodu hospital nyame nko a. Nyame nko a na me ko to hwenim no. Esansa na ansama na doctors ne kaniti na me nim say the news can be the other one that is expected. But odo me see me papa, me see me mama, me see me ban so nka ho. Enti me catch papa ne say papa, and some doctors see can nemo all I ask ne say me ba no obetena se nemo mani hu ade. No onhu me no hu wani onyam. No hu sanya me picture wadwuma no akudo. Wonim ya diagnose me ba no me catch o enne me ba ni be 5 nyame adom October. Ya diagnose me ba no with cerebral palsy. Obi nim ade friend cerebral palsy ongogo ma me connect us. Every part of the vein is affected. Me shey na nyame no nyam said the only part that is not affected his eyes. This is when I accepted a call. This is when I said I will take it. The gift is there, but I needed to have the personal conviction, and this is when I attained it. And to be Samia, number somebody.
Wow. Such a journey. Such a journey.
Yeah.
But in all this, we will say, we'll give thanks to God for his mercies and his goodness.
Yes.
Because I believe, sir, and yet, say, Yankopon na uhu na mra na usanimu, so nimu, a year what you say, only the bobra, how did nante yan come here, so mra nang near memoir deno. Yes, send would all kind of say your parents were your mentors, and so you had no one to run to. You had no one to run to.
One. No one.
If this man that we serve was not there for you, Anka, I don't know what would have happened.
And you know, they be a mekase. Yeah, I'm very want to have encounter with Christ. Papa not tiasi ogusukasa. You see, so we think na enkukoye ni free wa brabomo na we raise an altar of worship or prayer. Okay, your surroundings, no, your environment, one kata woman, no, see the atmosphere. And you know, a woman, you need to, you see, you knock heaven and you shake heaven. But oyen dia o sound so ya wa famudi.
Yes.
So yene dia mawa fa wodi e ka wona ye enye so obetena no de nani ahwe obetena no de nani ahwe me ma me bi me kai no e wo kanda Presby o se obom paye te se o deposit sika go bank senia ahohwe e ba obetimi akwakọ yibi aka che nya me se sampaye na me boy mi bi na me yibi na enu nie ade a me hieni fa samame. You see, by faith, and it works. A personal encounter is important as a Christian and as a believer. Have that, and more especially as a gospel minister, you need this time. It's in a seclusion is important. It told me you seclude. It told me so those times to make you can't wait.
I was here over and chair and say, yeah, here, yes, sister, platform, so now I believe, say, obviously, I have a kind of sana, yatua, and commodity, and so. This is a very wonderful conversation, and so we are praying, say, we'll get her again so that we continue with whatever we are discussing. So remember your best life, the best life. Need I need your best life. Need I don't know. I need yeah, remember your best life. Your best life. Need I don't know. I don't know. I need we have a podcast in the meeting. We have been telling one from we have a podcast in the meeting. If I know we have been telling one from we have a podcast in the meeting. We have been telling one from okay, yeah, then Uncle Kwasi said, yes, I can't, by a dofo, yes, sister. You be Minister Yvonne. Minister Yvonne, Mr.
Yes. Yo, me that's it.
Your network media sometimes.
I know.
Hard African network there. You know, a preparing partner. Osha say, oh, yeah, professional music, and I say, ura into professional ministry professionally.
That was the year 2020 during the period of the pandemic. Me releasing me. In fact, Nanka Yebe shooted the video on the 14th of August. That is Unchangeable God. The 14th of March, Unchangeable God. Me releasing. It was scheduled to be released 31st of March, 2020. On the 25th, it shut the whole country down. So we couldn't shoot Unchangeable God. And all we had to do is to push the video lyrics out and Yamia shoot Unchangeable God, and it's out, blessing lives as well.
Oh, okay. Now, and since 2020, how has the journey been?
So Osha Nyamia Yibi, because it's been back to back. And so Osha, it hasn't been easy. Difficulties has been there, but like I said earlier, I expect them. Just say it to me be say, are we not, especially when it's the difficulties coming from a fellow minister, then you ask yourself, say, are we talking about a different God here? And when na yana a challenging my drink kakra, but still, or sending when we know. Or sending when we know. Or sending when we know. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And so this is your, I know you are having a new project. Is this your first or your maiden album?
So this is my maiden album. Baby sounds so wow, it looks like. Meet me or someone or do I can't hear back home. That is what I've written. Yeah. This is my first maiden album. And I'm glad to say, Senyami Aduma, on 22nd of October this year, it will be launched. This album is going to have 10 solid tracks, of course, and they release it back. Release 5 out of it, and to look forward to the rest. I say to people, to me, the leading track is not out yet. Yes, but where's your? Yes, the leading track is not out yet.
Yesterday, when I posted the flyer, the Chevrolet Sound for flyer, I said something. I said, so far, no, full track list, but for me, my favorite so far has been Bazooka, and then this particular one,
Chevrolet Sound for.
Yes, because Emra na Chevrolet Sound for my, Bazooka has always been my favorite.
Your favorite? Wow.
Yes, I don't know why.
Wow.
There's this guy who introduced that song to me.
Oh wow.
Emma.
Yeah, Michael. Yes. Yeah,
Michael.
So
he sent me the song and I was like, "Ooh, I love this song."
Yeah.
And I love that South African vibe touch on it. It's so beautiful, and I pray that Obia will get to listen to it and then will attest to whatever I'm talking about tonight.
Bazooka has won numerous nominations, loads of awards, honestly. Bazooka has done a lot, and I don't think that is why people ask me, but I don't want to do a remix on it because I feel like I don't want to touch it. Because it keeps manifesting, it keeps coming up. Yeah.
Wow. Mama, this our question way. As Christians in the Lord's vineyard, are we doing enough for the kingdom?
It depends and subject to individual, but on an observation, I don't think we are doing enough because if we are saying thing, and I'm not a Christopher every fise Bible ni canina. It's like we are all gelling to the norm, which is the problem. But I was seeing who say and you want to strengthen you as a Christian. But a boy, I don't know if I'm a bonny panic a crabia, not just I was see a coffee left, right, and the other day. That's all kind Jeremiah 1:5. Or see, when you were formed in your mother's womb, I knew you. And there's something innocent. What is it? What is the issue? And yet a different partner won't be murder. A different son of what shall say, no matter what, I won't come as a Christian. It is meant to strengthen you. Now, so what to me, you align and you move on. You see, I'm so passionate about this because although my background in military, as young as we are, say, when a Christian says, I'm a soldier of Christ, you are joking. Papa, you are joking. You are joking.
Wow.
Because a soldier of Christ is not about criticism. A soldier of Christ is not my bread. A soldier of Christ is not what A and not B is saying about me. No. Had you been a young cow, Papa, or sending demon neglected him into who are you? Who are you? But and check na ya pamebu. And check na ya papa. Recently, I was on the line with a gospel minister. I say I'm on my third album. I have 8 singles, and I have Mireku. Mireku. I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious? Mireku.
Oh.
Mireku. You see, the Bible is our memo. It was a guiding and namona yetuno. But check the years of the Bible. See. Not check it, the realm we find ourselves and the technology that has come to live with us today. And only chairman say, me as a gospel minister, no, we are not talking about cassette anymore. We're not talking about CDs. We have now moved to a different realm. And to ye a Christopher, we are soldiers in Christ. Ye fa memo no to guide us, and we adapt to see what is there, and we conquer. It's near a wohona ye beto ye no, and no ye jina so. Ye jina so ya fa na ya she. We putting on that armor. Ya fa won konkro no ama na twa ye ho ahia. Sa bra no nipa no say, me ko no ma kom measure Jerusalem. You miss that? Friend, how are you going to do it? You can't do it. The Holy Spirit is taking place.
Yeah.
The Holy Spirit is everywhere. I was surrounded with a wall of fire. And only just I couldn't yam Miss Wanyameko. Found you tree, Domono, Nayawajuma. There's something Dr. Mensah said. I said, look, I tell you, my daughters, the only time the Spirit of God manifests is after hard work. It's after hard work. I said that is the only time the Spirit of God manifests. This man has been in ministry for over 36 good years. And the man is not telling you, say, the only time the Spirit of God manifests is after hard work. And to that time of a Christopher, be resilient, comfortable to zone, your term is over. Your term is over. I remember on, what you call it? Precious TV, when I was in Ghana. Me TV so na me pie catch minister things so would doze off. Why won't I doze off? We set it so by 4 a.m. Me do fear 6. I was on TV in the morning. I was on Joy Prime to minister. Me free horse straight. Now my best thing called Pen TV. I didn't hear. But I said the only time the Spirit of God will manifest is after hard work. Until when I'm weak, I say I am strong by faith. That is the problem I Christopher ye facing. Your dream say was say to say your body your comfortable zone. No. When a soldier is standing, a soldier does not know anything about what is ahead. There's someone no no. It's my brain mean to me call him. Hey, ya beka sa obada ben. And away or yeah, then and I want to office or your henna. My life is in the realm of the bosom of the Almighty and not you, man. You don't qualify. Say you fuck him as kingdom citizens. We will do more.
Inti no o kanisa no na o hu ne say as human means no na excuses ne doors.
Yes, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much. When the wind didn't blow kids will be pet, not all. The bonnet kids will be pet, not all. Hey, too much excuses, right? Daddy, the gospel can take over the world. We can take over the world. I'm telling you. We can take, but on him, I cannot take over the world because I am one. But so what to be? Not me to be. Now you boomer. We will take over the world. And not to know you be jai, ye may be a go. Na me say, no. You and I about together because where ye as read as well as so as what you my phone is up.
Yeah.
It's my phone is up. It's not then like a create you man in the way say, in a way can't say now. What is this? What for Bible? And so when you have the spirit of discernment in you, which means that someone cannot come as him, you have separated the Bible and you are using it as a cover up. Just so you can hide underneath it. Mercy, I will expose you. I will cough you out of my mouth. I will expose you. It's just a matter of time. And nothing I was say ye Isenia, Papa no, or Tino, Yenya Christ like. Yem for Papa Nenche. Who pay Obia or ye an inspiration or ye a Juma Pie if any in Jesus Christ. Nipa na on Nanti, East Coast, West Coast. Na or the night on Nanti from anybody see a walker. And no 2 hour far plane. Where do I walk on a plane? Domestic. Where do I know? Not on Nanti. People were still waiting and in expectation. But it told maybe also the grace and the Spirit of God is taking place. And until it just believes that by the mention of the name Jesus Christ and I, the Lord, I am available, the Spirit is in to work by faith.
Wow.
By faith. It is what enough. The internet is at your is at place. May no man, the internet is at place. Into so her, we are we will take over.
Okay. Minister Yvonne said, Nyamia Jumana, kakra. We saw her, now we are so her. Togetherness, oneness, then you do baby. Sanse, Yanyanesa, Bibiana, your falcon, we are not able to move.
Yeah.
We thank God. Minister Yvonne, what do you mean? Me say, and Oko, Pastor Augustine Abwadi program. So,
yes, please.
Okay. He made this statement, which a lot of people, I think they have problem with it. Some are also inside with him. Or say some gospel. In fact, it was a general statement he made. Was it many true gospel ministers have lost their core ministries because of branding? What do you think about this?
I wish the song could be elaborated a bit more for me.
Okay.
Then Akamenya Ankonono on one cassette pastor. It's me elaborate now my example back Pumpa. Anka ebe boamia makasa ye, because you know what? When you represent Christ, there must be a great representation. Mr. Watimi say, and what a Jumana a fit na a attractive. Because check the records. And that now say internet to TikToker. Preachers and then what you can say markets, you don't ya TikTokers room. But there's a difference. There's a difference. The package and the presentation must be done well. It's in a minaya and call my example back on media and fatu. Because
okay.
I don't believe in the mediocre. Share a money is serious business. Serious business. And you may sorry and Debbie. Men yet don't do it. Check yourself whether the calling must be a different place. Yeah, check it. It must be attractive. Although, and let me know, say, for a gospel minister to produce one song, Samin can't exaggerate here. You will need 30,000, including recording and video production.
Yeah, I know.
Some the bote ni basa yo and na men who will come and support me? Or say when Christ changed your garments, change it. Change it. You learn to dance with the crimps. You learn to eat with the crimps. And not to know or you would do baby align. Don't go back and look back. And so you go forward.
Yeah. I think the issue now he was trying to make a point. Say, I will share Mark chapter 16 verse 15. Or say, go into the world and make disciples, you know. And he was saying, he said, nowadays, you know, instead of being souls driven ministry, you know, and as a focusing on soul winning, you know, our focus nowadays has changed from that and then to what we wear, the makeup we do, the shoe we put on, even when we have to prepare for events and as a gospel programs right now, we forget to do that. Some even forget to pray into the program. Almost the others say they are called, they just put up these things and then they go for those programs. Internet or we can go back
Mm-hmm.
to how we used to do things.
Mm-hmm. You see, going back there, I'm telling you this on authority. Young come back to do how we do things. The main problem is a lot of gospel ministers have failed to acknowledge that there is something called a management team. My calling is to focus on the ministry. So me focusing on the ministry, not to say what my main focus is to make sure that spiritually, baby, I'm vigilantly. It's program beer. I don't just appear because only baby, meeting me a show where rehearse I met me a call. But you do on the day now, the delivery may be different because nyapa pani. But that can take place when me and Kasano have spent quality time with God. How do I spend quality time with God? And what's the me pay a certain obi to take care of the other departments of the ministry, right? There's a reason why I know the disciples were with Christ. Or one person who said, I need the disciples around me. Or don't what me say? I don't like Jesus. No. Oduro no show modern bar or say what Daniel Yinana Bidimechi. Wo no Kreska. He assigned responsibilities to everyone.
Everyone.
And the ministry cannot be done by one person. Which is one thing that we as gospel ministers we need to acknowledge. So look, it's like you having an enterprise. Once I moved to the studio, from the pulpit and I moved to the studio to create a song to the world, and I become a CEO, whether you like it or not. There's a business side attached to it. Now that business side, it can consume you. It is important say anka established entity my accountant, my researchers, my supervisors, my clientele department, my we say who nasa ne modiano na fa se ne mai nyina become ministry no. Na jama sankrofo no munye se adwuma no and focus on the word. E hona that the eka kwa me ne ya this it is true, he's right. But when him a lot of us and ye nyina ye bukina ono an ye ne kasa ye nata di shemu ono an hwemu na o hye ne do say no eyobi adwuma so many pa no nye eyobi adwuma okokasa platform okoso say asembiaba eya no ejinam Debbie, there's something called PR. Odo Mr. What me say? That department no aye adwuma wo me ministry no ma I will focus properly on the ministry. That department no eno na e to sing away your ministry no. Because Bachoko.
Oka ni say no obi nsubeka say these things you are mentioning ain't that easy, capital intensive.
Although you don't need chartered accountant who just finished KPMG. You don't need that. All I need is to come to a set me paucho. Say I came to you, remember? 1.5 years ago. I came to you.
Yeah.
I humbly said to you, Mr. Obo, I mean, me nibi. Mr. Obo, you can't track my via sente.
Hey, I'm back.
So no, I didn't end there. I went to a certain man called Glover. Me pacho me view ho, me kohisha papa be your friend paper because I knew I needed a publisher. Mr. Paper me nibio. My day, you see, the people around you, tend them to your enterprise. So one chance here, you do baby and you here specialist not your baby. For almost a chance we don't need the money. Minya, na you what no you way. Sana the secular musicians na ye ninya no and the manager. On tells here. Buga. So say you do baby, you be say no, we need professionalism. Chance na ko. But put some structures in place because your focus, we say, the focus is winning souls.
Souls, yeah.
And nothing for me to focus on me to me yen know. Odo me nipa. And nepo de send ye juma na ye no. And was me sign ye juma that can found it until ye be do baby. And the other Pencrophone sister na omunye juma omunye juma was omunye omunye. Answer me about program. If you have a representative there already, I don't need to worry about sending a it's been planned.
Yeah.
It's been planned. It's your door. So we see Pia. You take dominion or sound back or say authority. Or the Ninian account. If it's a woods, you know what no who said no. That will be a walk this auditorium. There's a difference. And to be honest, anybody also, Papa could be free. There's the difference. Nipana does who be who never quit free. Who be say, hey, as soon as you are you made 10 years old, you are 20 years old, who be never could be free. Stand in Yamia and Yamano. Stand or yano. For a number sissy ye, not for which ye a jay. Not for a waffle, a become when I ministry. No, we saw yen sa, all for more coin. Jesus Christ now will share a number to an amano. The man did the same thing. Yeah, he placed people in place. Or do you almost see quite? No, not papa, so I dare say, and fe. Mekaya Bra, Mayor Magdalene, a boom could you one and say, only maybe none 3 hours so go to see it in Washington, or different fun tears and only more, or send the best perfume, or some boy you good in answer. Only me, papa catch near hosting. What kind of catch a hosting?
Pacho, it's you.
What's the me about fear? Why kissing me on my forehead? One fungus, and go with him, and good enough. Let's get papa, na dear fay and the fit.
The fact, yes.
And see, ye send no yama, I will see ye. Yeah, I will see ye. Because although a bright woman, no talent is not enough. The calling is what generates into the passion that becomes your driving force. So papa and no account when it becomes a ministry. Please employ people, put them in place. Yeah, and focus.
Okay. So there is the need for us to do more.
Yeah.
As ministers,
yeah,
to push the agenda of our ministry or Christ,
yeah,
to the whole world.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Yamra onyum to nesukakra. This particular album, The Faith. How did you arrive at the album title, The Faith?
Honestly, some major commercial music, a GD anamutu na mitu, Abra made so much my J of friends, although I didn't know anything about the industry. Minim niana make them a hoyday, a quakushimuno. Minim niana episi. Minim na me cocktail. In fact, even me J of friendly D say I'm taking it. When him me to me him a producer, no matter no matter me chaba. No matter me chaba. Na me ka say me bompa e ka chen se papa. For the me kwakoye. Na mo me too didie anamoto. For me ko. When you say up to today, I'm no ka say. Sanka ye Ghana, me producer Oti Kumase. Eti me ko record here, me fa domestic flight. Na ma ko Kumase. Nanso I crowd out no. Mpaso can producer say twa ho ahia.
Baby.
Sanete. Baby am no, me wa London, me producer at Scotland. Jidia na mutu ena me 2 year.
Wow.
Yeah. The nipa and nam na so me share these great producers. Or no or do we have me organist. Me na na kokoko abia eco minister. Or see minimwe na or the number nipa ne ba me say no, my spirit is not gelling. I'm not, because I must have a connection with you, Odo. So me know that connection, we can have a good relationship. We are be nyema bebre. Or the way back me say no, Debbie. Me wo ho one day or say minister. Me nipa bi ne mo me nipa no or what is called, and I'm saying it doesn't matter because her brain and I'm Nike Wapakasa, maybe Bagana. And to say, look, that's a me call Ghana cry. Production to me call Ghana. Na nipa net is called we connect. Only the very first day I placed a call to him, may God richly bless him. Sami Abebi in Scotland. I said to him, I'm on the next flight.
Wow.
Many Qatar Thursday, Saturday, I was in Scotland. This is sending me my address. And that is how it started.
Wow.
Me na ye juma abisine. Me kashe nyame no nyam said it is only one track this album I be releases so. And I bring me instrumentation from Ghana Emma Metina Troy. All my songs I receive the melodies, I sit and I write the song. And to my sound engineer, I give him the melody and I give him the lyrics.
Wow.
It's only one song. Say song and your friend give me rest.
Ooh.
Yeah, and no pet any brand me sound, your brand me instrumentation. Emma Metinasia, me Troy. Other me foot plane, my Kotina Scotland, me the 1 week wa hotel. My record it, me via my 2 player, but it must be a calling. And yes, I obey. It must be a calling. And then yeah, or they be doing.
Wow. 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 The faith. In part of we think I can say faith, songs now was a 10-track album.
A 10-track, 2 instrumentation, and 8 full tracks, 8 full songs.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And all these songs, did you write them yourself or you had some from other people?
Yeah, you kind of say Shabra for because I have 100% tree. Into the not just a sound engineer or Boame to complete the write-up. And he was a co-writer to Shabra Safo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bagana and saying you say Namha now Kohana Baha. You were all over the place. Let me put it that way. Saying Nana, your friend is saying reception, Etienne.
Oh, Ghana, me feel. Into anytime I'm home, me Timony dear, I'm home. I'm in my home. We are Of course, I mean, it humbles me. I mean, the reception was amazing. In fact, every door I knocked, they opened it with they gave me an open arm. Obi biara me tones me crown said daddy me bow ho obi in some obi in a poor mommy. Na me sem fata into na me can say when Christ change your garment, accept it and align. Don't go back home. Media say na me Debbie or say your talent no or the bema we pie wo me person me catching a titiri wani or do no ma align what say media was say no ni nyame ti me ya no o hye ni ho no nyama e ya fa man no when I need to say, me by man waste resources. Me share no, or didn't tell me. And see, in fact, the reception was outstanding. In fact, there is none I will even place a hot on. And as I realized that it also manifests and I fulfilled the one dance here. And see, it was great. It was great.
Oh, okay. Sir, sorry, Anapa. Na uko social media na uhu se nkofo posti nyama bia emfa nyame kwan mu emfata okristoni abrabo a. How do you feel? And after no what do you tell yourself?
Papa no ode yepe amaye your destiny no or the mayo. Washisha destiny, but yet personal or the amaye. And to him, this is the hard truth. As Mammy became a man for may misjudge or misquote me, but success is a choice. Success Send me die. Or don't make us as a yes, kill me bottom. No. And not the any neck coming home. Silver and good, papa and the dear. And it's a minina, a yamre, a bebem. But the richness of me within me, that lives within me, is a choice. My peace is a choice. And it's me will not or dear mamma. Thou will need the discernment in me, no at shaman ya menye. A son shaman ya main fat and send gumimu consumption. It is i.e. the output. Nyaminya, nyame fanto bonting. And then nyame something ramimu. Or don't mean a choice or dear my. And to say me do not would dear no. You chose to say now by ya empire when I'm a bo because air mobo. And if he be a mus be so womb and say empire one a Christopher bede, ye bebo. Nenso anka ne pemu no esanse ode wo will na amount and ye be go see it me botra nemponka eye yanka and what say ye and what's anka ye but ode ye will meaning like dey amaye say ye mani nempom na ye dey enin enko pe botwa bre no into who am I me mpa bo ne say ofra wa frame say Isaac ofra wa fro Auntie or tiny baby flower friend, yin I be bomb na yama yanwa yet thing. Not Sadiano, yet me a brenna say. Because otherwise, the generation behind is serious. Maybe I was fortunate to see my mom's generation. I was fortunate to tap into it, but I mean you're not putting a tap into it. That means that the choices are there. But the generation behind us, now when you are a mother, so you see your heart weeps. When you are a mother, your heart weeps. But Nina and Paboni and Debeko Tridiampon and him say, we see on no penity me a dani a kuma a brim ultimi bobo sakuma. My papa ni betina umwa was his son near and why any for or see, behold, all things are new. Once you accept him as your personal savior, and you can in nature, and you know, okay, say it is finished in Corinthians. Or say it is finished, and it's a nyana me yen rano, and nyana me yen na ensena enfatano. Bra me begino, and send me crown in my dream, kwana me share Christ, no, or say it is finished. And I tell anyone listening to us, you may listen to this broadcast after this project. I tell you, success is a choice. Choose right. Choose right.
Okay. Okay. This particular project, the new album, The Faith. What is your desire, say, after the launch of this much anticipated album? Say, and after 21st, right?
Yeah, 22nd October.
22nd October.
Yes.
After the launch, you know, then the Dawakuma so say Nyankopon the album ebeye ewo obi abrabum.
In fact, near a dama kumaso a salvation. Although it is free, but we are losing it. And you know, that is why Osheme from the beginning, Ebesina, me family who share baby said, oh, where do you know yet? Me patros what follow Jenny now. Oh, where do you urban? Oh, where do I contemporary? Oh, where do you say? Where do I Afrobeat? Me say, oh, share me Jenny na me na musona.
Yeah.
Me person me rap get to Hanoma.
They can relate to you. Yeah.
You can relate. There's a numbi a metimi afa from the repertoire. I need you a bebo ejuma. And until just as I receive, I push that out. Until me buy bonus send nipa benya dream sakra. See, renewing of your mind, waho. Although to me renew your mind that ube who say a beer and net to be an activity or he dead, but your mind is rich. And it starts from there. Say minimi huna minim fapima meya oda mijina wenima. You can't just say anything to me. You can't do it. Ebia minibi. Nya wani minibi. But there's something my presence command. There is something it commands. I want to say, Accra will be saved and there'll be renewing of the mind. There'll be renewing of the mind. There'll be renewing of the mind. Because when you be young, father say, "Asama ye king, you know, when you and you no quarry heavy niho hell niho no problem." So me no me no ye ni was ye na say ye who song ye do one na eniho say dia ko baby na me bo. But ye free be so safe to be safe.
Yeah.
You do what no what happens to you and I? Salvation is free. But it is one that can be purchased with your soul as well. It is real. But one shady yeah, what the won't quite in the big so. It's a main pie one say album ye a beko a chiri album ye a bed dani a dance yama for album ye will bring along restoration. It will bring hope. Ultimate tear shabras of war and no have hope. Untimi. Say akume bi apejano epebrase. Have hope. Odo se me no mie no ye diligent to the caller. Adwuma ye kwani betumpon. And my ye wom betumpon. Because the worship and the church will start from the home.
Yeah.
This is my biggest prayer.
Okay.
Because without this, the purpose has failed.
But it is true.
And until no me did say, Ebia minyum biba. Me did say bia na for this number of people. It's me nyame de ba me bia mani so masom. Nya opeso ye no ayede. Why?
Yeah.
No, so me answer me releasing you me casting nyame no nyam. It has worked on me before releasing. Me releasing about I'm on there. Me no can say Madrid is on November 2023. Because ya ye jumani nyina go for 2023. Me tracy be room let us say ya dream 2024. Sebre safo aje juma wo ma problem with that.
Wow.
This is me. Aye juma wo ma problem with that. The album has worked on me. Until we are talking about 22nd October 2022, although singles and songs for 2023, they are completed. Done.
I know you. I know you say I say we are Wakanda. It's
Yeah.
factual, is true.
Done.
Because I know you to be a very hardworking person.
Done. It's a main Bible say, Sanya a year me so a jumano. A year me boost you a jumano. A for the mom who cry. Because you need you have to allow it yourself. Once again, choice. Then it can manifest in your life. This is my prayer.
Okay. We are also praying with you, say Wakuma so all of them will come to pass.
Yeah.
And it will all be a thing of reality.
Amen.
In Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.
Say, yeah, boy, Minister Yvonne, in 5 years, 10 years to come, what do you want people to associate you with?
And see, sir, in 10 years to come, so okay, in Jeremiah 29:11, I'll say, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Now, Osankos will say plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Hey, Osankos will say plans to give you hope and a future. Or say hope and a future. I just say, Nimensum. Washisha did that. But me shamine, no me shania waja. Hey, I don't know the future. Although but minim se wahyehyɛ, and this is his promise to me. But one of the greatest things I ever see a kind is a young woman rose and he lifted the flag high. Although even if Bimi ahi nasa oton and saframian, that is the legacy. Say, I could be pidai. Yem penny for a bit my innocence, sir. A bit my innocence, sir. This is what I want to be remembered for. That this young woman of fact, she took the armor of God and she wore that in pride. Oh, you see, hey, Oba come bena, and Kenya misem, hey, gospel to Sudan can sex the day, gospel ben and who have to say, Ankayan Titin Ankayan say, no. 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 Somebody come. She, open so who will be no your fashionista. She shall papa, mammy be a friend Esther. We were continuing to a friendly route. Fashionistas, garment, or far way, or semi pay way, there be in far way. Na a bra or sip you who say, hey, says the cacao, and also yadano, or says, hey, a good year way, and don't me pay, a good year way, and don't me pay, Nina, a monkey sippy. It is see a kai sai young lady no. Or picture flag in pride, or Bonnie Papa Dean in pride, or the Hutona so in pride. She had a personal encounter. This is what I want to be remembered for, and this is the legacy I pray that my destiny me kaisa me mami na or planted churches no. Me person that should be a family by a Hubert. Me a far habit na ochina say me mami na ni nyam som e yam fe. Although this is enough for me.
Wow. And I know and pray they will come to pass.
Amen.
By the grace of God.
Amen.
By the grace of God. Minister Yvonne, I got a few questions, but then na wakotwani ya oye so. Oshe ene gospel ministers. Nyakopon de moye juma. Ene omo amo beto omo. Anase ebi omo ambeto but mote omo nka se Nyakopon de omo ye juma. Do you see any gap? And if yes, do you think you have worked enough to fill in that gap now?
Who say sa abreno? Me no debiana make us say ya ma me no ma breast no not breaking through was easier than it. Breaking through was easier because you in social media. Although album year about 22nd year thought and me ni promotion asem and me come here marketing asem and me distribution asem just the talent no it's not just say your friend baby me patrol can ya facha me Atria Mountains and I'm a boy
but no
not just a walk for waiting your friend waiting.
Yeah.
You see, na me mami o dimti no minim, but mami ni mami hunya ma bebre. Not just odo waiting no, until the any waiting. In fact, mitie one of ye previous gospel ministers, name manager, or say ninyum ba ko ye minister Ohemaa, Radie bi kwan mami. Or say no over waiting in onya sa anyum no. Although min dream producing ho, min dream dead bibia ho, me ko akonya sa anyum na na me boa. And me banswa, nya auto na totida o. It has nothing to do with me.
Yeah.
And see, you the same when you and you go so you know, but check the difference. And then it must be twice of that hard work. In fact, more. Because remember, say, no, some are still into full ministry. Some are still doing the same thing that they're doing. But you see, say, nyana woteno, and then about assembly, and no more mason ya that those days in and yen net no you know. Ebi and net no in crowd because a human yet day.
Now, what can you say? No, Obi Subeka say, do and then no, Sikase Munti no near my day, but most about social media. Social media, you better say, and what you them crowd to me use.
Yeah.
Emma, near my question, ma'am.
Yeah.
So
that is the difference. And nothing and they, yeah, ma'am, and so moment to ask you. Mr. Watson, say, and it's not make us say the seeding time or no, and they cast at a time or no, and no dear, a chum. And it's about time and we said nipa ejai the comparison with the present, the past, and the now. If not anything, you feel be legacy. Sanka yensia omo legacy no. Who said na omo no kasa yede. Odo what me say? The near masa e will see yesua omo fama no na efe. Now my mijina puppet so a mammy near na who send ya or take so oya besua or westiswa or what's or warrior or dina one of my own sumisi was swari. But that one with difference no. And no near my yame pesi a kaya boboso. Near who said yes, any man the Ostia Konya Kofa.
Okay.
Oh, but then when you generalize it, no, Debbie, and Rassasa, generations upon generations, and Rassasa. But and yeah, a dear ancestor is the word of God.
Okay.
I don't ancestor, and not to the senior not on what channel. And the gospel minister, Obiana no sounds say, wow, are you serious? Are you serious? Because you see a shaggy so well, be one money, what and no more water no, or the Nigeria day, Abishim, or show one no one wood to know about bra, no, or share, or say, hey, no, Munyam is to me, and you may some baby, or a soul has been lost because of you. Because of you. And to say, and you money been a minaya, Kiyakaniaka, who say, will be some pastor, you make a sanko, yes, specific and Kabayamede. Nia Pastor, money been a Yakofa, and say she. But as to about the delivery, production, no, Minyamekan, so your gospel just seek the face of God and hear from God.
Okay.
And put a great production out. Live instrumentation. Mr. UK, but none of my productions have been the guitar problems. Me, all my productions, Blue Do, me drama organa, me bass guitarist organa. Live. I do not compromise.
Yeah.
I do not. And to put a great production out there, or say the only time the Spirit of God manifests is after hard work, when hard work has been done. If you first shop up and if you say, oh, top in the transfer, and thank you.
Okay. Maybe phone back or also maybe some one or two be. Nana, Memoakaba, and about chat we said.
Major also say, where the more fan chamematica munti. I know his cacao.
Okay. But I'm sure say, well, for low conversation, Kakra.
Me bacho and Yvonne, good evening, Apum to say.
Good evening, Passion Yamia Dum Pachon Swear.
Yamea Dum Yahoya. Me bacho, I want to be clear with, say, maybe I'm not on cassette. Things today are very difficult as compared to the earlier days, you know. Me perceive me take a honor say ne standard no the comparison no. Me perceive me take a honor say it's answer me take a munti say me can say we pen when mute me mic and then she will respond. Why?
Okay.
This is the first question to answer.
Nana me da say, Yamin Shroud. So sorry, so I will take chemo. Although first, not in Nipa, I am ready to support talents. And then me yes sure say you could be. And the gospel minister no. So a friend one so not talent ni woni mu a. Na se oni boafo aka asai ni nyina aka. Obetu anamo akọ studio akọ recording yom NPA epiepo a wonte because near was ye de ka ho ema afofroten ebi ni ho. Now so first me say ordinary studio on in ya thought that this is not me saying their managers I have followed and I have listened to, and this is their confession. This is their confession. And today a jumano the esayamre me kasi nyame no nya me ba Ghana me call me maami hanama for ho. Na me do ni ho no ena me hu say me maami brani nyame hira ne pa. Maami nyame hira pa maami ne pa. Nya me di mani hu ye me hu say nyame hira maami no. Ena me maami ne me nkomo no me hu say nyame ye den hira maami no. If you say na abafo ne be so mu no And it is they are great talent. Facebook, worship. I know said this is pure worship. Now what for? And to him, or tia showing now or timuno. None the voice, you know, ya budget and subbles and the voice rust. Now I want it out. A new generation comes out from the youth. Not just a woman and she but no pastor. Not just the gospel ministry, music ministry. That's not the two baby and be on the puppet. Another generation rise, come on the puppet or hit all the tones. The boy forward, the rusting comes in. You'll be wanting out. Not just the orco. Mr. Nia Utina Honum. It a key grace is or Becca. You won't be no what papa and waki kebinuma kuma. To have people like a say Isaac in a proper Oguso Ede Epushie. Now, Oma Indibino and the dorsum. Isaac, Oma any access to you, no, a dorsum say me and no, a castle.
Yeah,
a dorsum. Now, even Ghana Pope, and they put the social media bar into me promotion, and to me, Ghana Hoppe. First, I said, no promotion, not Ghana penny. Okukon crossing, and ye fat banda, a gukem, we had your two CD signada. There was hope. You can tell, say, made the album way back out. May produce this CDs and I'll get this an amount of money. And then you can't do that. And then everything is digital stores, but digital stores and there must be investment.
Investment is true.
Although Nipani nip your paying the same. And when it be difficult, you know.
Oh,
and when it be difficult, you know. Because Mr. Yama, me no more Jumana, no more Yadan, maybe no. Oh, Gusuyan, no. And so Kaya, most of them are still holding on to the old songs that blew everywhere. Because promotion, I dare get the count, I get it takes grace.
okay. Nana, Bajo, to us well.
Okay, so I may hold the parameters now or the air channel, but I am 50% on the contrary. The reason why it's make us say, you see, those days, you know, what the little we met was before say Obibeko studio can say or record the album. No? Now 50% of the songs, you know, everybody knows the song. Like what on the church, what you know. Or recording about out, it is already known. Another thing was and then musicians now, but even their own church, on Bessie and Paul Michael and Omato, their own church. And then a Numana Omankasa Abono, over their own church cry. About 50% of the congregation nim because they don't even sing their songs. You see, and young fat Pentecost, for instance, and then your assemblies be pray. Now, first, you know, and yet assembly being able to invite several one casa. You go there. You tell them that, oh, me say, and then the minister say, but you know, people don't do it. You see, it's all my promotion is okay. Since we say na okasano, okase, obi me fa band, negu kem, na or the promoting idea. Nobody stopped anybody from promoting the songs. But the ministers themselves stop. That's notwithstanding. Things are changing. Ama ene oba Ghana is here a petrol fuel 100 cities. You understand? They say and then also ubetini asa fat track. No asan for guma ubeti of guy say a day ubia 100 cities. Enipa here na ubetini afa. So they call on a track. Now fuel go saying car crab you saying. Wow, minimobia or minister or baby. The ministry, there was one rich man in the congregation. One of the said, "Oh, money wine about so no for car man or they buy also offer Uber or say take this key and take this car." You know, and I think say let's reconsider how we do our things. May there be a say this blogging sites and say I maybe only you move to no motor. It will never help ministry. Trust me. Minister but our ministers are also shifting to that arena. And now Ghana now your minister one hand you pulpit will be your mount is obey minister. but say ubenya digital stores now. I hear never say how many views never $1? How many views never $1? Well, Anna Yvonne send your work who is investing in the craft? And Skyweb check video back. It is almost 20,000.
More than that.
Obey just at 20,000 CDs. You know the Apple that's a video. Oh yeah.
Although me baby, some but I'm telling you, sir, a lot of churches are fairly gospel ministers. Me, I'm a product of that. That's make a master. And yet, me was sorry, daddy. Me minister was sorry. Was sorry na mete. In fact, on nothing what to me. Or puppet to soon me minister. A dear Ben is still quite to support me. Mr. Baby, I mete outside London. What am I mean? Fuck Ghana, mete Ghana, mete Tama. My sorry work so. It's me drive it about more ShopRite. No my back parking wo no my factoring every ShopRite. No me dia call pastor only for rehearsals. Odo. Me bia adia sami into about me 11. I was sami for the last train. Me be to ShopRite now about 12:30. Kai sami wo mami no any economy jo mo fie. Me bia no my family car free ShopRite. Na me to Tehillah. Odo, what prevents you from supporting my ministry? And one in Daho, Messiah free Tema, Nama Bessia for Accra, also for Biafra, Nama co-minister, obviously, God bless you. Now, my son from me home said, Trotron on me fire, no, my son for Trotro. Me and Nipa, there is a woman and there's a God, woman of God. There is a woman and there's a God. One Shreya, you are killing the ministry in me. And it's a woman gospel minister, no. And worry, oh, may you not be worried. Not the free as sorry, no. Not of a buafo, or not for chin, and for buafo. Oh, it is no more or umbra metonium, no one metal.
Yeah.
Then yes, sacrifice. As some system, there's been a change. Because I was with you. What the enemy? Me the enemy. Me papa no. Oh, from me, me dreamy kana maba. It's hardly now from me. Me mama, me jam me. Me papa jam me. Me dreamy kana maba. Just to serve in the church. Why can't you be there for me, Daddy? Why can't you help me? Me dia two when him papa bore me. I don't know who bore me.
Okay.
We're just sorry no. I got to know more baby. Sunday went to me and Kwasi sorry. Hey, that's a mercy.
Let me do a follow-up.
Most of it is the church.
Okay. Say me pacho help na omo kano. A good type of help. Is it monetary or help near day and kasano omo pe?
I think that mostly no for me, most gospel artists are many of Wakasa. That concern has to do with 1, monetary, 2, as a pastor or a leader in a church, you know other men of God, so you can talk to them, you can connect them, these artists or musicians, to those leaders of those churches. So that 1 or 2 days, they can go there and then minister. It gives you exposure. It's also like a wow ministry, in general. And they don't get this. And the painful aspect is that you'll be there, and then they will invite ministers.
They will invite and pay.
And pay them. I don't know.
Now what's your
and yet, let's create a caveat. And yet, sorry, let me use my principles for instance.
Because
What was it?
some of the churches.
Over Pentecost, most musicians are from Pentecost. To me, sana me hono. And do wanna completely say church, edio muhiamo. But you see, I take that angle. Say Yvonne, assembly for instance. Say my wife, yeah, program, and my on one church. The minister, they paid her as a minister. But on a normal Sunday, we won't pay you. But church need a program, and they paid her as a minister on the pay, not as a member.
Yes,
but they
that
paid
is how
her,
it's got to be.
Including other ministers Oh, but Sunday service, we can't pay you as a minister because I'm sorry, and you are ministry. That is fine.
The differences. When I moved from the church to go to the studio to produce commercial music, there wasn't a problem at all. Me ba sorry me ba besom. Me so baby me one on besom. Me also me ba besom. That is my service to help the kingdom work. But me movie na some me co studio echo recorder is a different entity altogether. And see, there is a church in Nigeria I want to mention. When they can, the church can host shows and all the artists are within the church, they get paid. In fact, there was one live minister, Sonny Bedu did, that he attended this same church I'm talking about. This I am quoting his word. Or say that the ministers that were booked from that church, hotel I am man, they died. One year you be a toy. Can your church do it? And not to him. So Mimi was tasked sorry no more. Although who frame me and me could be said that in patrol your timetable no who be I'm not even listening to you, Odo. It is no. My focus is there because in him that the AM is say any other person. This is the difference. Within the church and was creating a record label. It was signing the gospel ministers was assigning onto that level. Please, can we not do this? Because when you sign me to your level, it says in a daddy, Uka said, Mommy, Eco Minister, you know what? Daddy, Uchia, Mommy can is say in Mama's ministry. Do you know why? Said, Mommy, I should be not inquire. Daddy, because I'm about a deal with Mr. And you say, that's how we are can they say, or church, you'll be you will be mentioned. But Mr. And then to say, there are a lot of gospel ministers today full of bitterness. The source of the church. The source is the church. Because I'm a whoever, let me jai akolana, or grow up waywardly. Now, who show the akolano can you see say? Who show the akolano? Say, Yamiam Bema, a busy saying. And to talk of say, it's only about me and no, it doesn't work. It won't work.
Minister Yvonne, what do you think we can do about this issue?
I think I'm trying to remember the verse specifically, but I'll still quote it. Or say, or realize yes, that not yet the nipa befiwa. Not there were no ministers. And need to know because the ministers no omuko efuom omuko do ebinumu koye adwuma adom tofo no and no me boys to flute in instrument no omuko efuom omuko ye adwuma etin they say no and ye for ministers na embrepie and then na ye asoro omo ba asore no kakro mo de beba no ye fentua ministers ne ka Oduro is what me it's the gospel ministers in the churches. They must be acknowledged. And I say, Nyame call in the banner so now I was set up to the world that the support to him. You know, sometimes the support is when you and your gospel minister be an episcopal. I'm telling you. Some people have a cater for that need, you know. Obi on my empire work here. Obi on my casade, me back yen say, me back faha, me back you say, me back and no pen that open. It's yan share the need of the minister. Now you bet me, you provide it and support it. You support it. It doesn't take much.
Okay.
Sir,
Nana, Mister, we'll find out what's now.
I think she better Yvonne she has touched on a lot of stuff, which I think it's beneficial to the ministry. You understand? And then earlier on the earlier submission, you know, she also touched on the attitude and behavior of the ministers. I think it's a key. Let me chip in this. There is a church in my area, instrumentalists near one church in him for more than 2 years. I saw not as Agyemang.
Thank you, Jesus. That is the way.
I saw not as Agyemang. Instrumentalists be already 2 years. You are as Agyemang. What already 5 years? Be a church foundation.
Wow.
That's all for natural. 10,000 Ghana cedis to continue.
Thank you.
What did he say?
Sunday do another Miko.
What did he say? Any penny be sorry honum for about 10 years. They don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
Wow.
Because if it end, nobody takes less than 2,500.
Thank you.
Oh, or less than 2,500. There was one guy, I saw in the foundation, and almost talk about 1,000 blocks, man, on the man, 10,000, because on one watch it. Say, Ike, could you believe Aquarius, Sikania, the idea in every year, you know? The guy is nowhere to be found. The year where you know, man, you know, my era. If you're not soft one, so, Jenny who say, and you're then, should we stop? Should we continue? Oh, and any person, any baby, finding itself.
Yes.
Now, my baby, I come. And yes, oh, they are to 2 years, you may. You better not say, and I saw him what, and I saw him what, and I saw him what, and I saw him what. A be a problem. Before I go, baby, and my wife, Kwasi and son, or by herself, only say because of anointing, I saw it or instrument, maybe be for almost 200,050 Ghana cedis, 2.5 billion, because she's a minister in the church and she will need it. You worry, no free her. But there are other ministers in the same church. Almost the church is not helping. I saw you to me at 2.5 billion. No person yet. And yes, say and you may as ministers. Now you engineer me say. Boy, Yvonne, may God bless your ministry.
God bless you too.
And
Amen.
help you.
Amen.
So
Amen. Amen. Sure.
Okay, Nana, Meda was be brave. Say, Unyamrena or joining and watch out. We say. Mr. Yvonne, Emre ko bebre inti no na ye jao na wakoto maso na
me jao no
o final words o album eBay, what are you saying to the people?
Yeah, me kind of say Satan wants our destinies to be thwarted and not fulfilled. The destinies Christ has purposed for us, no, he wanted to be thwarted and not fulfilled. And no one hear me. Because the Lord God has given us the destiny. It is predetermined. Or they are mining. That's the issues of life. The issues of life. Into the faith album, Ebe. Fajidie itu anamo. Me di jidie tu anamo. Na wenku meni mase. Abra okono mu ya de no mesan ko mi kutodwanim na me kai ne se didia na mutuo na mituo no ade efe ne onim kwase no onyi ni nyina efi me nche enne me yeso so bo mi dia nipa dwen se 10 years no by no Oduro, it's been 2 years, but by faith that which was meant to be thwarted, he turned it around. And me, I'm no exception to the grace of God over your life. One, salvation is free. Get it. It is your right. Get it. One more time. Get it. It is your right. Secondly, put on the armor of God and move on as a soldier as you are in Christ. Odu baby, do not reduce who you are as a kingdom citizen. Allow him to rise in you. Allow him to rise in you. Jindi se abra womi eye emre or say weeping will endure but for a moment. And to Tibiana Senia Tibiana me pesa one jindi se for a moment there's gonna be a turnaround. And now me no kase obi dam pebiswa. And yet they say all free mo. I prophesy to you that there's gonna be a turnaround. And not to one more time, you put on Christ first. Secondly, you put on Christ second. Thirdly, you put on Christ third. That's son shit. So Ohemaa. God bless you.
God bless you too. Ms. Yvonne, this last question. As a gospel minister, then I'll be say your fear in life.
My greatest fear, Minya, this is my honesty. My greatest fear is when I lose a kwayamenamoson. That is my greatest fear. To lose my place as a kingdom citizen. That is my greatest fear. My greatest fear is saying Papa never boss me anymore. That is my greatest fear. And to me, ye bibia, I am me say I deal with me ya at the son in Yana. Me bibia na me bisa, me to me bisa those days, me to me feel with Bashodian will say, my feel Bashodian will say, no, because me bisa say, Papa never son in Yana. It's the other, no matter how great a minister is, the gift can be there, but the spirit can depart from you. And everyone has a spirit in them, but not everyone has the spirit of God. And obi biara no ewo ohome guyemu oboye no in the book of Genesis. And everyone has it already, but not everyone has a spirit of God in them. Check that. That is my greatest fear, that I don't lose it. Because, and yes, sir, the talent to be on its own to do the job, but there will be no impartation. The only time impartation takes place is when the spirit is at work. How is the spirit at work? First of all, you must be pregnant with it. Then it will manifest. Because you say fancy. So when you say and when the spirit of God is over your life, a man something with the one down see. Me see ye beka, but whoop you who said no, and so you won't no. You know, you test it and you know, say, no, that is true.
Yeah.
No, that is true. You know, or the men can say, you know, say no. You know. You will know easily. This is my greatest fear, is to lose my life. My greatest fear. Some of you were saying, Christ says, I do not know you. My greatest fear is me fear quite a man so. Say quite a man me free so because I bring Pombia to table.
Eradi Nyankopon emboy.
Amen.
Minim say obey mwa. Mr. Yvonne say ubi pe wecha kwan social media hifana obe hu.
Me pa cho oko Instagram Minister Yvonne, over Facebook Yvonne Asamoah-Tawiah, everywhere, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, YouTube, subscribe, like, and share. When you are blessed with something, so and tap it into it. Share. Most importantly, yatministries.org. Yatministries.org. Just contact me. Let's talk.
Okay. Now, say obi pe onyum so echa kwan ya mesro. What are some of the platforms or
boom player nyamia dom ewo ho se no share me live on air me ni Pastor Abuaji. I was in boom play jumper. Not just say we are fully on boom play. Boom play is fully behind Yat Ministries as well, which I am so humbled to be affiliated. Of course, Spotify, iTunes, Tidal, Apple, Amazon Music, YouTube as well, and Facebook Music, Instagram Music, TikTok Music, and all the digital plus stores. Nyamiya dumunsu se uti London. 22nd of October, Michelle, I was so message me any of the social media platforms. I will send you a private invitation to come. Ubenya the actual CD and the pen drive as well.
Okay.
Until all the album will be solidly in your hand at the album ground. So you're free one more dear. I just call yatministries.org to order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Minister Yvonne Asamoah-Tawiah. Anaji Medawase
Miss
say unya
Medase.
mbre ema yen e wo chat
Miss
say
Medase.
unim se me do ye pa.
Miss Medowipa.
Nyankopon hira me say.
Oh, Sharon, so thank you so much. Adiabakwa man can say, and me the betuja. Shebra for
Okay.
a Ghana gospel bloggers, and it decided say it should be released. Which I am humble to say you are a part of it. See, Nyami Enshra, say ye mubino, maso ye musenia, maso ye mono. Nyami Enshra, keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Papa no unhu edwuma na moye no. Na obeto in super. Eguso, Nyami Enshra.
Amen. Amen. The Medawase.
Let's me that say.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. Odofo anaji minim say why you shira niam be brain na yes sister yedofo yenuaba Minister Yvonne Asamoah-Tawiah and Minister Yvonne e been so friend yat we be so a chain anaji na ye born it tough no obobo in simbi so na we have highlighted them. Most of them have been posted on Sir Isaac timeline no Mireku will post them on Hive's media platforms as well, on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, for all of us to have access and then take a look at it as well. Minister Yvonne, so salvation is free, but mankind is losing it. Salvation is free, but mankind is losing it. I can say, free, but one year. Odofo ebeshero eno nti no moma yenye ahweye sanse yenyina yehia enkwaje. And she also made this statement. I say, when Christ changes your garment, accept it and align to it. When Christ changes your garment, accept it and align to it. Me sure say oda atechemu na se oho yira untumi mpegya untumi sorry. Na se nipa bi eso nsa na se opegya wo free ateche ni mu a I don't think say obesan so apro ho akoto ateche ni mu biom saa na eya na emprempie no Kristo esisa niema bi tebia bi amane bi abrabo a ye wo mu efri yen so nanso no empempie ni ye free mu a na ye refi happy you na asanso adwane akoshem. Mama yenhwe ye ewo eno so ho na I believe say when we do that we'll live a better life to please our maker. And she also said the season we are in, talent is not enough. The season we are in, talent is not enough, and so more is required to make it. Say okay, say me what I have voice, I can sing. And you leave it like that, my friend, it won't go anywhere. You need to take a step. You need to make a move. Send it to people. Let others also hear, so that they will also share it to other people. And when you do that, it means you are on your way to helping others get salvation. And I believe and also Niama Beye Kama Fefefe. Now also say a lot of gospel ministers have failed to admit that there must be a management team in place to assist them in their ministry. Asem way nekaye kana bibia wo hobi sanse o kanu ankani ya Bibeka says sikasem also in fact I asked that question say Bibeka say when it comes to money, this management issue is capital intensive, we need scored better. But she made a very solid point. Say you can start from somewhere. It could be a graduate away free school for fra onye juma oni ne besha sia ye juma kakra and I say ebi unue bimpo and I say uknu unua. Just start somewhere. Let someone help you in whatever you are doing. Don't put everything on yourself. Sans oh yes, Anna. You will not get the time to prepare well for the ministry of God. oh yes, Anna, Brigiano, you just do things anyhow. And you know when the Spirit of God is not on your life, and I say it's not fully with you whenever you are doing something, you don't do it to how best you are supposed to do it. And, you know, let's take note of that as well. And a lot of churches have failed gospel ministers in terms of support. A lot of churches have failed gospel ministers in terms of support. Meaning say we the yembebre na yenim asem we did that, and you know asofo amutie me we the need mu a mesre say momboyen san say anyomtofo instrumentalists. You see, the media, we are all here to make the work of God succeed in every area. Intino yamwaboye ho sene be adwuma no ebetumpon na akwanim kama na ne krakra mu no Mr. Yvonne release ne new album, The Faith, which also happens to be a maiden album, the first of its kind in her ministry. The title is The Faith. And we released one of the songs on the album titled Shebresi Safo. It's available on all the guitar portals or platforms. It's on YouTube, iTunes, Amazon, Boomplay, everywhere. These are everywhere. The song is everywhere. So please, if you know you have not listened to it, kindly connect with all these platforms I mentioned and now also Inshra. Mr. So Insurance, so I kindly share it with others so that they will also benefit from this blessing. And you know, Oduro or say Nempaye in the Bisadi and say album we Ede fa hudie Ede oje ebebre Nyankopon Emma. And me so me wajidi pa se sa Empire ni Bisadi erade beye san se utie enwomo a ewo album ne so a in fact engosra wo mu ye pa ntin menim se erade de ne beye ye nyina yemfa empaibo enta nechi na yemfa the necessary support and so yefa manu na also CD in this ministry that or this journey she's embarking on. Let me say thank you to all of us once again for your time tonight on Chat with Sam. When him say we went on a break, kakra, and we are glad to be back again. And please share the message to your friends, your family. Let them know that we are back and we are not going anytime soon. So on Wednesdays, the time is on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and then on Fridays at 7 p.m. Chat we say it's on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. and then on Fridays at 7 p.m. as well. Me show ya na when I'm ready na inha ya baha na ya be inspire your home ya be encourage your home ya be tie nsem a ebe shape ya brabo na ye tie incranchen nsem so a free afoforo abrabo mu na yenso anam sa kwano so na yaboyembra nyakopon sha bebre se ebreni abrigia no obaha na ode umpaye ode odo ebetaye chi na bibia kama bejina babejafo anemu Mr. Agyemang aka Nana Agyemang Nana Kwasi Mr. Siomi who couldn't be part of us tonight for one or two reasons, you know. Madam wasi bebre makase nyankopon enhra mu nyina dasene se nyankopon emaye ho kwan a yebasan so abebio na ye nyina yasan so edi nkomo asem ba ko ya medi jaw anaji mpese misan so di jaw ni se eya kai se Isaac me se Isaac mi do ye pa nemom eya mema ore mfi se oduman koma nyankopon edo sen se ne a medo no nyankopon shaw na onye okese na Kaise, you always be in the will of God. Makramunina. Bye bye.
Yes, we have fought you up on the